ladies and welcome back to your office for Lex on the Royal Rally EV. Just a little bit ahead of there. Skip it by Nathan Light doing his 5th and Mark Butler doing his 10th race. Great of the Royal Naval Sailing Association. So Mark Butler's also the navigator. Jack Barber doing his third rather. Emma Cook doing her 2nd. Grace Corby Stevens doing her 3rd. Kieran Davis doing his 4th. Tani Gordon doing her 1st. Donald Graham doing his 1st. Nick Greenall doing his 5th. And Kate Millwood doing his 2nd. Great job. Adding up the D1 is a Benetton 40. It played first overall in Cup, only Armed Forces entry year. It's based in Sydney. It had to retire on the 3rd day of the race in 2022, unfortunately. They use this boat for adventure training and for crew bonding as well. Great team. To see Naval Forces one of the races that is the Rolex Sydney. Used to be owned by Robertson. Faves. IRC Division 2011. But at the moment are winning PH champion. They're not so different. Or if I have you, but I have much respect for those who are in the forces, for those who serve, especially first responders, which is and the like, which is why we do a lot of work with saltwater veterans, and we're heavily involved with the Invictus Games as well back in 2018. Not as much as some, but we did our bit. Boat looks absolutely glorious, and for those who are wondering where Solace is, she was in front of Navy 1, but I can't see her in front of Navy 1 now, so I'm guessing that she's fallen back. There is another boat that looks awfully like a Beneteau on our tail, and we'll be bringing the next few boats in. Disko Trooper also coming up the Derwent. We'll be live with them too. Perhaps Solace have already finished, so once Navy 1 finish, we'll scoot up to Solace. That will bring this Corinthian line to start with. Got all the waves. It's like a Mexican wave. Yeah, lots of sailor girls on the rail. We might have to invite them to our she sails function. Got about 0.75 of a nautical mile to go. Up to sorry, we missed the finish of Solace, guys. We had to go get some fuel. Can't afford to run out of fuel. Just pull out a little so that we can line up with the finish. They should do this in one. Everyone that's finished in the past few hours has made it in on a starboard tack, apart from Tenacity. Tenacity had to do a little tack back, the local boat, unfortunately. I think they might have just had some bad luck there. Coming into the finish with the Quantock. Been live effectively since making waves this morning. I think we've almost doubled our finishes. Mount Wellington in the back. Not far to go now, 250 metres. Lots of on the shore. As soon as these guys finish, we'll sail up and rip up. The crew are starting to get excited. They're jitterbugging. I can see them wriggling. Lots of waves. Few actual waves, not hand waves, coming up here, team. Oop. Sorry about that. That yellow boat has no manners. Woohoo! Navy 1 finish the Rolex Sydney Hobart. Effort. You can see the finish box down there as well. Big shout out to all the volunteers. Big hugs on board. Big hugs to the skipper. Great work. A lot of first timers on board. A lot of women too. Great job. Just going to come alongside. So good to see you guys. How many first timers? 2? Great job. Do you guys know about, so I'm not going to yell. Do you guys know about our she sales event tomorrow at the Yacht Club? Any first time females get a special presentation at the Yacht Club from 11 till 1. Yeah. But all girls and supporters of female sailors welcome. My team are like, you should go and tell them. It's at the Yacht Club over there. You're welcome. Welcome to... You're welcome. Navy 1, ladies and gents. Now, where is Solace? That's a West Coaster boat, for sure. I think the track has done a number on us. All right, we'll just line ourselves up for the finish, and wherever you are, I blame tracker lag. Got a finisher coming straight on the bow. This could be a fun finish. We'll just sit like straight on their bow. What do you reckon, team? Just for something different. Rightio, so we've been live since 28th across the line, which was making waves. Then we had Wings. Then we had Excess Moment in 30th. Mako 31st. Midnight Rambler 32nd. What's Neck 33rd. Ken Recce 34th. 35th was Trouble and Strife. Then we had Ragtime. Clock. Tenacity was 30th. War was 40th. Ching was 41st. 42nd was Pulpito. Joker X2 was 43rd. Solace must have been a lot closer than the tracker said. They finished in 44th. Then Navy 1 just finished 45th. Toe Cutter on the bow, Robert Hick and Brad Bolt. And then we have Disco Trooper. So a little bit of a mix-up perhaps on the corner there for what we were seeing on the tracker. Solace may already be back on the dock. I thought maybe they'd be doing a lap of taste. If we get a gap, we'll head into the dock and see what we can find. But at least we have fuel now. Good plan. Put a jerry can in. Thanks, Rob Douglas, Shore Crew, for running to the petrol station for us and bringing sandwiches. Tide feels like it's ripping out, and we're blowing with the wind. Toe cutter on the bow. Their reactions from front on, just for something. Excellent work by Robert Hick and Brad Bolt out of Victoria. What a little weapon. Yikes. Oh, let's go. Not sure. Disko Troopers about a mile from the finish now. taking a breath now, I think. Few waves. Head still coming down. Gosh, it looks like there's only 5 people on board Toe Cutter. Just flabbergasted. I mean, you say that and then we've seen double-handers get here, but you're ready for that. So this Toe Cutter yacht, as I mentioned, out of Victoria, Robert Hick and Brad Bolt launched her a Hick 30 in October 2023, one of the newest boats in the fleet. Robert Hick just finished his 19th Hobart, Kelly Kavanagh, the Navigator, her second, Bradley Boult, his 13th, Paul Cannon, his 6th, and John Dusting, his 5th. So I was right, there's only 5 crew on board out of the Royal Yacht Club of Victoria. Insane. Navy 1 already all packed up. I think we're going to go for a spin now. It's turning around here, but we'll keep Toe Cutter on the shop for as long as possible as we get ready for the arrival of Disko Trooper on the bow now. Amelia, you're clear. Lovely morning on the 11 a.m. Disko, another double now. They're coming second in IRC Division 5 as well. Jules Hall competing with co-skipper Jan Scholten. Clogs, done this race together before. They did it double-handed 2 years ago together, and then last year Jules decided crew that was predominantly youth to Hobart. It was doing it double Jan, and hence it being called Contender, which is Clogs' business. So J99, designed by Alan Johnston out of the USA. You can see they've probably got another tack in this. We're at the starboard end of the finish line. The finishing box just to our starboard bow. One more tack to go. They're going all the way to lay here. Few waves here, kids, sorry. Slightly overlaid. They'll duck and wind her up to finish the Rolex Sydney Hobart. Smoked that. boat end of the line. Great job by Jules Hall and Jan Shelton, aka Clogs. Hugs on board there. Hi, welcome. Great job. Disco Trooper line. These double-handed guys will be exhausted. I think we have a little break now, so we might rip into the dock just to see if we can check out Solace. Maybe not. I can see a yacht in the distance. And la la la. Pac-Man. All right, we have to do Pac-Man. Scotty Cav. Big apologies to Solace. I'm so sorry we missed you. We did need fuel though. All right. Pac-Man, less than a mile. Then we get a gap before Audacious, maybe 10 minutes. Alrighty. Just tidying up. A little bit more organisation involved for the double-handers as we've seen. And I didn't get a chance to get Mistral up in that last tiny break we took because we chucked some fuel in, luckily. And we'll just rotate around now and get ready for Pac-Man, who look like they're on a little higher angle on starboard at the moment than Disco Trooper came in. It's kind of luck of the draw as to how much northerly you get out of these puffs. So another double-handed entry coming in now. Pac-Man. It's coming 48th on line on us, so we're starting to get towards 50 finishes, which is more finished than not. We're 10th in ISC, double-handed up. Only got a belt to go now. We had to retire from as that massive blow. Washington and Scott. They went on and scored third in the Noak Sydney Gold Coast race in the double-handed division, though, which was fantastic to see. Elkington is a really well-known navigator, so these two pairing up is pretty huge. Elkington doing his 9th Queensland Yacht Squad. Young 11. It's a good Oh, not quite. They've just gotten a massive puff. Bow is down. Might end up on a very similar heading to Disco Trooper Contender Sailcloth, who just finished. We'll just make our way now down towards this team. We're just changing over a camera. backing along. He sailed handed, double-handed. He won the 14 Class 40 Global race, which is a massive deal. And I know he just did the double-handed with his wife. They didn't do as well as hoped, but I know they're strong future together, separately, but exceptionally sailors. As they start to approach. Quite a few boats following these guys. Great characters of the sport. Might actually try and go to windward of them here. Looking view with this head. Pac-Man on the bow. As in, there's literally a Pac-Man on the bow of this boat. Beautiful little flat. Looks good. Ripper. He won't quite lay the finish at the moment. So they will tack across our bow. Absolutely smoking. Coming up now, getting ready. Furling. Yes. Tacking. Similar approach. We saw Trooper Sailcloth come in. Beautiful. Look at glorious. A shaking of hands. Very talented double and sailors in. Great to see them finishing the Rolex Sydney Hobart yacht race. Just checking the standings now. And we've just had the finishes of Navy 1, Toe Cutter, Disko, Trooper, Contender Sailcloth and Pac-Man. A little gap now back to Audacious out of South Australia. We might rip in and see if we can find Solace on the dock. Lovely to have been with you guys. Still plenty more to come. Stay tuned, Sailor Girl. Hey.